Guys, it's that time on Monday evening to confer with well, one of the most insightful and intelligent boxing insiders today, the real Rick Glazer on War Week Boxing.
Too can smell manly if you listen to Real Talk with Rick Glazer.
Guys, it's Monday evening, and I'm a little under the weather now. I tell you what, but I'm feeling much, much better because I'm being joined by the incomparable real Rick Glazer. Rick, how art thou, sir?
I never heard I could make somebody feel better. This is a first.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, brother. I'm sure Sonia would disagree with you, my friend.
Okay, I'll buy that one.
God bless you, brother. And I tell you what, we're on borrowed time with Big Rick Glazer, so we're gonna jump right to it, guys. Here it goes.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glazer's Twitter watch. Bang!
Oh, and you just posted this 6 minutes ago. Or I'm sorry, 4 hours ago. Let's do this. It says, sounds like Canelo could well be fighting Jake Paul in May. If so, would be a Canelo Promotions MVP and PBC event on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Location to be announced, but probably Vegas or Dallas. Rick? What is the realistic possibility of this actually happening? And is Jake Paul that stupid or delusional?
I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I mean, I call him Fake Jake for a reason. So let's see if this fight really does happen. He doesn't get cold feet or something. I don't know, but it's like walking into a death trap unless they say to Canelo, "Hey, I mean." I don't know. Pretty ugly. You want to know the truth?
Well, look. We already know that he's slated to fight. And once again, HBO ducked out of boxing half a decade ago. And now they're getting back into it, if you want to call it that, with Logan Paul versus Jake Paul in March. And then he's going to be fighting the Cinnamon Boy in May. What is going on here, Rick?
Well, I heard that's like a reality show or a documentary or something. They're not fighting each other.
Oh, okay. Very good. So they are. Look, and did you hear the same thing that I did? The reason why they ducked out of what killed boxing on HBO was the popularity and the success of the Andre the Giant documentary. So that would make perfect sense. They said, look, we got so many more ratings on much less money spent. And so we're just going to focus on sports documentaries alone, sports talk shows, and we're not going to do boxing any longer. So that would make a lot more sense.
No, that wasn't the reason that I know of. Well, they figured out that they're still going to get those people because husband and wives live together, or boyfriend, girlfriend live together. And even if they didn't have boxing, the woman would want it to watch, movies and stuff like that. So they just figured that they didn't need it. Was like a double kill. and they went from a $55 million a year budget back in the 1990s to in 2018, or last year, I believe it was like $12.5 million. I'm only, and with the apps coming in that were worldwide, and HBO wasn't worldwide, they didn't have the revenues to compete, or they didn't want to put up the revenues to compete. And if they couldn't be on top of the mountain, they didn't want to be on the second tier, and they said this is not for us any longer, and they bailed out.
Well, I tell you what, we have to have a conversation, man, because this is straight from Mark Taffet. So
Okay.
there it is. But I tell you what, though, look, Canelo versus Jake Paul. This is easy work and easy money.
Yes.
Rick. I mean, like, and this is not a tune-up for Terrence Crawford in September.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's move on, guys, because we have so much. First of all, let's get your take on this past weekend's festivities on Amazon Prime. And obviously, David Benavidez, as you stated, as you predicted, was going to be too much for the young upstart with only 11 pro bouts, and the experience factor was really going to be apparent. What did you see on Saturday, Rick?
I saw a guy in Benavidez who does not have a good defense. I saw a guy who gets hit way more often than he should. After the fight was over, he looked like he was the loser. Actually, when he actually won the fight, I had a much closer than I had it much closer than the judges had it.
So did I.
I think that Benavidez did win the fight. It was a competitive fight in a lot of rounds. And I thought that if this fight would have taken place a year from now, where the other guy had 3 more fights under his belt against good fighters who stood up and took punches from him instead of the guys they put him in with, where he blew guys out in a couple rounds, he would have been a possible winner in this fight. But they rushed him.
Yep.
The guys that he fought all along were pancakes, and they should have been fighting guys that stand up and throw punches back, and he would have had a shot to win this fight. But that's how you get, they look to cash him in, and that's what they did. But he still lives to fight another day. It didn't kill his market value. It's there'll be other big fights out there for him in a year from now after he regroups. The problem with PBC is you can't get 3 fights in a year if you're him. They don't fight often enough, so you lose too much momentum. You lose too much momentum as an up and comer. So that's part of the problem. But it was a good, high spirited fight, competitive and highly spirited. But you could see the experience was the difference. No question about that.
Indeed. And what is your reaction to all of the, backlash that's coming in on our dear friend, Coach Ronnie Shields, saying that he's to blame for this loss?
He's not to blame for the loss. If you're going to blame somebody that pushed the fighter too much, it's the managers and the promoter, those guys. It's not Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields he's like a soldier. I mean, he's just told what to do. I mean, what did Ronnie do wrong? Ronnie had the guy in great shape. The guy took a lot of punches. He had to be in great shape. The guy never threw any body punches. That was a problem in the fight for Morrell. But I can't blame anything on Ronnie. I think Ronnie's definitely a world-class trainer. He's been a top trainer for a long time. He's a classy guy, and I have no complaint for what Ronnie Shields did or didn't do.
And there it is. And how about that Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Fierro?
Well, Fierro's a B fighter at best, and for him to be in World War III, Cruz, it just shows you where he's maxed out. He's maxed out. In other words, that's what you got. You got a pit bull. You don't have a guy with a lot of skills. You don't have a guy with a lot of punching power. You just got a tough bastard. That's what he is. Makes good fight.
I love it, Rick. I'll tell you what. Let's share this latest Twitter Uh, from Rick Glazer. I'll tell you what, this is gold, guys. I love this. And we're gonna look at this. And once again, it says quote. Obviously, Clarissa Shields getting the big win, becoming undisputed heavyweight female champion. And his own boxing says no one like her, quote. And you said, that's a typographical error by DAZN. Should have read, no one likes her. Can I just leave that up there, brother?
Yes, you may.
Oh, that is beautiful, man. We're going to leave that up right there while we say hello to our dear friends in the chat, guys. Tyco TV, welcome to the show, sir. And God bless you, my. I'm going to stop this. It's slowing down my computer. And there it is. So, Tyco TV, welcome to the show, sir. And thank you for supporting Big Rick on this show. Also, Sports Fanatic, thank you for supporting Big Rick, my friend. And he says Canelo versus Bud in September. Look, does this heighten the buzz for Canelo versus Bud in September?
It actually does, because so many people will watch. So many people will watch this fight because of Jake Paul and Canelo, that there'll be some good spillover into the next of guys that wouldn't have bought that fight in September without watching Jake Paul first, because it's Jake Paul, so that's just the way it works. It's a spinoff. But read my latest tweet from about 15 minutes ago. Read that one.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Yep. I sure will, sir. And here we go. Let's do. And you said this about 15 minutes ago, by Canelo fighting Jake Paul. Canelo isn't cashing out. He's going to beat Jake Paul, so that's actually called cashing in. But when Canelo fights Terrence Crawford in September, that's cashing out for Canelo, because Bud will spank that ass. That's the business of boxing. Wow, Rick, you really believe he's gonna wash and he's gonna put on a clinic against Canelo?
Yep.
Wow, that is crazy. And you want to hear crazy, Rick? I just found out, and it was just reported by Ring Magazine of all places, that Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia was going to be
the WBA regular welterweight title. I know all about it.
Oh my word. Gilberto Mendoza strikes again, brother. Rick, only in boxing, brother, right?
Only in America.
Oh, chingo. Oh, here. Shout out to Don King. I'll tell you what, G Funky Boxing, welcome to the show, sir. And thank you for supporting Big Rick. We miss you, my friend. It's not the same show without you. And hey, you know what? I may suffer from tired brain, but I ain't punchy. Yeah. Root Exposure, welcome to the show, sir. And thank you for supporting Big Rick on this day. Also, Bruce, Gas Boxing, Jazz and more. Bruce, a great guy, even though he stole this last pay-per-view. Yeah, I said it. Also, Sylvia Brown, welcome to the show, ma'am, and thank you for supporting Big Rick on this day. And he says, Rick, any chance we see boxing back on HBO Max since it's owned by a new regime?
There's a good possibility. Yes. HBO Max is controlled by Discovery, and there's a Turner Sports division, so which is TNT and I don't know, WTBS and Max. So I believe they're gonna be boxing on there.
And there it is. And hold on, Iceman, my brother in Christ, welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for supporting Rick. And he says, Benavidez school juiced up Morrell. Rick, do you believe all the Memo Heredia nonsense? And might I add, footnote, Memo Heredia just blocked me because I told him he's a loudmouth idiot.
Well, I don't blame him for blocking you if you called him a loudmouth idiot. Just like if you blocked him because he called you a loudmouth idiot, I wouldn't blame you either. But that being said, all I know is as of the other day, leading up to the fight, both fighters passed drug tests. Now, of course, they got the last after the fact drug test, which we'll see what comes back. But I can't accuse anybody of anything if the drug tests come back clean.
Yeah,
I'll leave it like that.
let's just say this. Ed Jackson did a great job of getting David Morrell in great shape. That's it. And you know Ed Jackson. That
Yeah.
guy is the best strength and conditioning coach. And once again, because he actually knows boxing. He's a
He
boxing guy.
he worked with Holyfield years ago.
Yep, that's it. Edward Jackson is the truth. And he actually, unlike Memo Heredia, he actually knows boxing. There it
Well,
is.
Memo knows boxing. He
Yeah.
does. I
Yeah, he knows
can't
how to
listen. I
compete in
can't say
boxing.
anything bad about Memo.
I sure can. I'll tell you what, since he blocked me, the jerk. Yeah. No, God bless him. So G Funky Boxing says the fans said Benavidez were ducking. He was ducking Morrell. I tried to warn them. Yeah, look, guys,
Yeah.
this ducking. Can we put that to rest, Rick? The
Well,
ducking nonsense.
there is ducking, but the word is overused. What they don't understand, it's sometimes it's not the fighter, it's the promoter, it's the manager, it's the trainer. The fighter will fight. A lot of these fighters will fight Godzilla, but there's
Yep.
people around them that have a financial interest. That no, we don't need that fight. We can go safe and fight these two next guys here and make just as much money as we would maybe losing or winning one fight. We fight two fights and they're safe fights. So it's a business, guys. It's a
It's a bit.
business.
Yep. There it is, guys. There it is. Alberto, my brother in Christ, thank you for supporting Big Rick on this day. And Teach says, oh, it's not a regular belt. It's the world belt that's No. See, that's the super world that Stanionis has.
No,
Original.
I'm so confused. This is the way to put it. Ready? One, Staniotis is the WBA World Welterweight Champ. This is the WBA Welter title belt. Let's not use the word they call. Let's not call it regular. Let's not call it world. Let's just call it WBA title belt. That's what it is.
Yeah, guys, look on the WBA website. They have it listed as the Super World WBA title.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's like super middleweight and super welterweight. It's another confusing thing for people. People are so confused by the word super in boxing. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just I don't know. It's not
Yeah.
a good word to use in boxing.
No, it's not. I miss the days of junior middle and junior feather,
Hmm.
Shingao, junior light, junior welter. Yeah, I miss those days, guys. Alberto, he says, Joe, can you ask about the Bob Father top rank meeting with Turkey El Sheikh in Vegas to discuss the debut of TKO boxing later this fall? Rick, what say you, sir?
What was that? I missed that.
It's right there on your screen, sir. It says, can you ask Rick about the Bob Father top rank meeting with Turkey Al Sheikh in Vegas to discuss the debut of TKO boxing later this fall?
Two different meetings. Aram had a meeting with Turkey over in London, I believe it was, and Dana White and those people had a meeting with Turkey, a separate meeting wherever they fought this past week or something like that.
Riyadh, yeah.
Yeah, Riyadh. There was two separate meetings. There's no association between the two of them whatsoever. You're not going to get Dana White and Bob Arum in the same room together. So that's whoever got that said that is incorrect.
So, Rick, is there any update that you can give us on the streaming app that you're currently working with?
No, not yet. I haven't talked to the guy since last week. And he's supposed to get back to me this Wednesday. So no
Okay.
update yet. Hopefully by next Monday I'll have some updates.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I tell you what, let's go back to the Rick Glazer Twitter watch. And I tell you what,
Well, I will give you one update. He asked me
all
if
right,
I could
here it is.
if I could put $30 million into the project that he's raised 30 million and he needed another 30 million. Well, if you're counting on me for 30 million, I think I'm out of a job.
Yeah. Well, Rick, we have to talk off the air, brother, because I found out an awful lot about PBC with this last promotion, and I cannot
Okay.
say it on the air.
Very good.
So
I'll
call me
I'll
later,
call
brother.
you after. I'll call you after the Australian podcast is over tonight.
Very good. We only have 5 minutes left, guys, with Big Rick Glazer. And he says, Sean Gibbons must be mad. Isak Cruz lost some years off his career yesterday. It was a wah. Yes, it was. And in the immortal words of Eddie Futch, Rick, anyone who fights like Isak Cruz as well as Angel Fierro, they're going to have a short but glorious career.
Yeah, no. The other line was a short. Somebody else said a short and glorious career, but a lot of fun for the fans.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, brother. And I tell you what, hold on. And you said this right after the fight, right? On February 1st, you said highly spirited all-action fight was Benavidez versus Morrell. But in this era, definitely not worth the $91 with tax, especially when Turkey Al Sheikh's pay-per-view shows are $19.99 to $29.99 for far deeper cards. Rick, come on, man. Look, do you have any update? Because I can, this is what we're going to talk about when you call me about PBC. Yeah, their last event is going to be the Canelo Jake Paul event in May. Unless that really breaks the bank, they're done. They're done. Is that why they're making this event, Rick?
I think so. I think
Yep.
so. Amazon's had the course with them. They're just an organization, that is floundering, literally floundering. So it doesn't. Nothing looks good.
That's it. That's it, brother. That's it. I tell you what. And one last thing on January 31st, your favorite topic, the Weasel. Wow, from a very reliable UK source, Stephen Espinoza. Though CAA head of global sports search, Joe Betcher, is attempting to get Espinoza an executive position as head of boxing strategy with DAZN CEO Shay Segev. Wonder what Turkey Al Sheikh and Eddie Hearn and other VIPs would think of this. I can't believe anyone would hire Espinoza for such a position. Well, look, that says it all now, doesn't it, as far as PBC's future?
Yep.
There it is. There it is, guys. Rick, it looks like we're running out of time. Your parting shots. We don't want you to be late for your date with the
Well,
Aussies.
put it this way, Jim. My parting shot is
Yeah.
my
Oh,
Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Real Rick Glazer 1, the verified account. If you want to follow me, much appreciated. And I'll see you next Monday here, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Next Monday, we're gonna have a treat for you next Monday. Next Monday,
there
we
it
got
is.
a treat coming for you.
There it is.
Okay?
It's going to be right after the Super Bowl, right after the Eagles beat the Chiefs, and the MVP is going to be Saquon Barkley. Yep,
They're
there
gonna
it is.
be calling him running wild Barkley.
There it is, brother. There it is. Thank you, Big Rick. We
Thank you.
appreciate your time, my
Thank you.
friend. God
Bye
bless
bye.
you, my friend. Guys, and that was Big Rick Glazer. And I tell you what, I am going to post a link in case anyone wants to join me because I am a little under the weather. I am full of piss and vinegar. How do you like that, guys? How do you like that? But right now, guys, I have a very important message for all of you. And once again, this is a prophetic message I received from the Holy Spirit back in August of last year. Okay. And this was just revealed to me a couple days ago. Right. So here it is, guys. As soon as you can see this, I'm going to play it. Here it is. Right. All right. Here we go. Prophetic warning from the Holy Spirit arrived in late 2024. a clear and urgent message about a newly approved medication. On January 30th, 2025, Vertex Pharmaceuticals announced FDA approval for Journavx, suzetrigine, a non-opioid pain signal inhibitor designed for moderate to severe acute pain, marketed as a breakthrough. This drug is being praised as a safer alternative to opioids, a long-awaited solution for the addiction crisis. But here is what the Holy Spirit has revealed. A new pain medication will emerge in 2025, unlike anything before. But in time, it will turn against the body. It will alter the pain receptors themselves, disrupting their natural function and creating a long-term affliction. Avoid it. Do not take this drug that will be promoted as the answer to the opioid epidemic. Journavx is being positioned as a revolutionary treatment, but it is merely replacing one flawed solution with another. Before sharing this message, seek the Lord in prayer. Ask for wisdom and discernment. Confirm through the Holy Spirit whether this word comes from Him. I tell you what, guys, and once again, that was a prophetic message that we received back last year in August. And it was revealed to me that that's exactly what this is. Do not take this drug, guys. Okay, it's going to be marketed as a miracle drug, and it's going to be marketed as a solution for the opioid epidemic. But do not take it, guys. It has been, according to the Holy Spirit, it is unhealthy, and it has serious long-term effects. Do not take it, guys. But guys, I tell you what, I dropped the link. Guys, if you guys want to join me, because we have a lot to discuss, and I am under the weather. I'm still battling a serious cold that I've been suffering from since Friday of last week. I tell you what, so if you guys want to join me, please do. But look, guys, Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul, really? Oh, boy. What is happened to our beloved boxing? Alberto, he says, Joe, did you get your money back from DirecTV? Yes, I got a full refund, including $100 off on my next bill. Yes, I did. Thank you, DirecTV. But it still was a miserable experience. But I want to thank everyone for joining me on Saturday nights. I had a lot of fun being on the air for over 4 hours calling that show with my brother Adam Monteguia Lopez. And I tell you what, guys, last night, if you missed it, in case you missed it, James Gogi was in rare form. And hold on. Pinche. Dude, I owe you $20. So please disclose your Cash App. And I will send that to you this evening as soon as your show is finished. Okay? A deal is a deal. And yes, sir. But, I will say this, though. Before, if you guys listen to the broadcast, I said, you know what? My gut is telling me that his arrogance, right? Hold on. Joe, I hope you didn't place too many bets. No, I didn't. And once again, I retracted everything before the event. And once again, that's no fault of Pinche. I owe him $20. But I stated, look, my head tells me Morrell all day. But my gut is telling me. Because once again, guys, I can let the cat out of the bag. I spent some time with Team Morrell. And his arrogance. And once again, that old saying that youth is wasted on the youth. That is right on the money. He was arrogant, and his pride and his vanity and his arrogance got in the way of this. And he wasn't listening to his corner. He was influenced by the newfound fame and the money that he was making from this event. But I will say this, he showed a lot of heart and toughness. And this fight was definitely a lot more competitive than the scorecards indicated. Once again, guys, the scorecards, if they're 10-2, 9-3 in a 12-round fight, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was a blowout. That's just a flaw in the scoring system, and that's just how you score a prize fight. You could have a 12-0 shutout, and it could be a very competitive fight. Iceman, he says, no excuses. No, I'm not making any excuses, brother. He lost. He lost, brother. Alberto says, Cubans usually don't translate well to the pros, Joe. Well, they don't translate well to ticket sales, but tell that to Guillermo Rigondeaux. And G Funky says, at minimum, Benavidez won 8 rounds clean. Look, that's the way I scored it. 8 rounds to 4. And once again, that doesn't mean that it wasn't a competitive fight. Guys, once again, I point to Edwin La Bomba Rodriguez versus Will Rosinski, a 10-round fight on Showbox. And it was scored, all 3 judges at ringside had it a clean sweep, 10-0 for La Bomba Edwin Rodriguez. Does that mean it wasn't a close fight? No, it was a war. But it's a flaw in the scoring system. If you can actually make a case for one fighter winning every single round, then it's going to be scored that way. Guys, look at Benavidez. And once again, I'll give you interactive TV. Speaking with Jose Sr., he said, as well as David Benavidez, they said after the fight, and I spoke with Bob Santos as well. They said after the fight, hey, man, he hurt me several times. That's the hardest I've ever been hit. They also disclosed that, look, if Morrell had just elected to go to the body, yeah, it would have been a much more difficult assignment. Guys, it wasn't a blowout. So I don't know what this means. Oh, at a minimum, Benavidez won 8 rounds clean. What is that saying, G Funky? And you know I love you, man. You're my brother. But what are you actually saying? Are you saying that it wasn't a competitive fight? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not the reality, brother. Refugio Garcia. I will say this, though. Hold on. Luis de Cuba's a thief. And this is based on what, Refugio? What you think you know about the situation? Look, guys, I'm honestly, this is getting really old. Most of you guys who regurgitate nonsense about the business of boxing have never spent 1 minute in this business. What are you saying? What are you saying? Hold on. El Pincha says, did you agree with the knockdown call? Hell no. I also didn't agree with the point deduction at the end of the round. In my opinion, Thomas Taylor blew both of those calls. But look, once again, it doesn't say much because he is one of the best referees in boxing at this time. That's why he got the assignment. He just blew the call twice in 1 round. That's it. Competitive, but a clear winner. Yes, no one's refuting that. No one's refuting that. No one. Pincha has the beat. What a tremendous fight. 2 modern-day gladiators. Yes, sir. And look, I will say this. We better hope that the pay-per-view numbers were decent, at least. Because, look, do you expect these 2 guys in their fighting prime, undefeated, knockout artists, to take these kinds of risks if they're not compensated. That's the reason why I was urging all of you guys to support this financially. G Funky says 8 rounds were no doubt. No one's disputing that, G Funky. Why do you keep mentioning that? No one's disputing that. I scored it 8 rounds to 4, Benavidez. What does that actually mean? Are you saying that it was a blowout? Are you saying that it was an easy fight? Because David Benavidez, after the fight, even stated this was the hardest he's ever been hit. So what is your point? Oh, El Pinche? Oh, Luis Tacubas, Sr. He was on that Yayo, though. Yeah, he was on something. I think, honestly, between you and I, guys, I think he's a little touched in the head. He's a little off kilter. Because his reactions to David Benavidez during the press conference, that was uncalled for. He was acting like a damn psychopath. Yes. You asked about my previous comment. Yeah. Once again, I'm still waiting for it. The answer. What do you actually mean by that? What does that actually say? What does that say? You're not clarifying anything. Does that mean it was a blowout? Does that mean is that a gauge on how competitive the fight was? No. It's not. That's just how you score a prize fight, guys. And once again, I scored it 8 rounds of 4, Benavidez. What's the problem? He didn't blow it. He made it even and got control. Look, Boxing Scholar, good to see you, my friend. It's been a minute. Guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother, the Boxing Scholar. Very, very intelligent boxing fan. Just like my brother G Funky. Please go subscribe to him. Very intelligent boxing man, and he is in this business. And I am terribly proud of my brother G Funky. And guys, look, if you're looking for good guys within this business, just point to G Funky right there. He genuinely cares about the health of the sport and cares about these prize fighters. So if I have an argument with G Funky, it doesn't mean that I don't love him. He's my brother. And he is good for the business. Vaughn, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us, brother. But I tell you what, guys, this is David Benavidez. Let's focus on him, right? Who's he going to fight next? If Dimitri Bivol wins, and this shows you how intelligent their team is. Jose Sr., and I told you guys leading up to the event, he's a very good trainer, very smart boxing guy. Luis Jr., Luis Gubas' son, who's the manager of Dave Benavidez. Very smart boxing guy. Very dear friend of mine, too. They stated publicly after the fact, you know what? I don't want to have anything to do with Beterbiev. I would much rather fight Dimitri Bivol. And I'm going to hope that he actually wins on the 22nd. Why do you think that is, guys? Because they actually know what they see in the ring. Benavidez versus Beterbiev is one of the worst style matchups that you could get for David Benavidez. He would get smashed, guys. If he thought Morrell punched hard, what do you think he's going to say about Arthur Beterbiev, who just turned 40 last month? Guys, he would get slaughtered. He would get knocked the F out. Dimitri Bivol, that's a much more favorable style matchup. And that's how smart that team is. And they're very humble, good guys. They don't play that role. They don't portray that role in public. And that's why they didn't get the Canelo fight. Instead, we're getting Jake Paul. But I will say this, though. Yes, Iceman, hop on. I'm going to put down the link again. Someone, please hop on. G-Funky, hop on, brother. Come on. Peach and Bunch, come on. G-Funky Boxing. Fans are already saying that Benavidez is ducking Beterbiev. No, stop it. Stop it, guys. Stop it. That is ridiculous. Hold on. Iceman, come on, dude. Just get on board, man. Come on the show already. You've never been on the panel. My brother in Christ. Come on. Let's go back to this. Guys, look. There is no such thing as ducking at this level in the sport. Okay? These guys are fearless. David Benavidez, he's talking about moving up to heavyweight. Right? And you mean to tell me that this guy's worried about Beterbiev or Bivol? Now, they're smart boxing guys, and they understand that the more favorable style matchup is Bivol. That doesn't mean they're afraid of Beterbiev, though. Guys, use your brain. This guy is brimming with confidence to the point of borderline arrogance. He genuinely believes that he can go up to heavyweight and beat the brakes off of Alexander Usyk. That's how confident David Benavidez is. Oh, hold on. Iceman says, I don't like to hear the sound of my voice. Well, you know what? That makes two of us. I don't like to hear the sound of my voice either. That's why I don't listen back to my shows. But I do get a lot of narrating work. So, hey, someone likes to hear it. Just click on, brother. Michael Shaw, welcome to the show, sir. He says, Rolly blows. You know what, guys? This was a stroke of genius. Getting Rolly. Oh, hold on. Brother Vaughn, welcome to the show, sir. How art thou, my friend? Welcome to the show for the first time, sir. Okay. Cat got your tongue? Lost for words? Going once?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir.
All right, good deal.
Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for keeping me company here, man. What is on your heart and on your mind?
Thanks for having me. I'm just here to invite Iceman to pop up here.
Well, look, since Iceman has, since Cat has got his tongue, what's on your mind, brother? What would you like to talk about? And once again, man, we're all friends here. You guys are my extended family in the chat. So let it go, man. Let it fly, brother. There are no wrong answers here.
Yeah, I'm not a big talker, bro. Honestly, I just jumped up here to see if Iceman would jump up.
No. You're on here. Speak your mind. What are your thoughts? What's on your mind? What would you like to say about Benavidez Morrell?
It was a good fight. I mean, I got nothing more than that. It was a good fight.
It was an excellent fight. It was an excellent fight. What do you think Morrell could have done to win? Because I can tell you what David Benavidez said, as well as Jose Sr., as well as Bob Santos.
I think he could have punched more, took some more risks.
Well, look, I know what you mean. And as far as taking risks, boy, he was getting his head. He looked like a bobblehead. He couldn't defend the uppercut. And it was very apparent to the judges at ringside. Yeah, those were apparent. He looked like a Pez dispenser at times. But I will say this to your defense. Yeah, he needed to get off first. Is that what you meant to say? He needed to go to the body. He needed to mix up his arsenal. He knew. Where was the jab, Vaughn? Where was the jab? Where was the body attack? He did none of that.
Touches, dude. He needed to throw some fucking punches.
He needed to get off first and be more assertive. He was looking to counter Benavidez, but Benavidez, being the crafty veteran of only 28, with the greater pro experience, and that was obviously a factor.
It was.
Hold on, real quick. Vaughn, he said, Joseph, is the news about Canelo versus Paul and Crawford true? Yes, 100%. It's true. Canelo is going to fight Jake Paul in May. And the reason why, it's going to be the life jacket for PBC. Do you realize how much money Canelo versus Paul is going to make for PBC?
Canelo's going to fight Jake Paul in May?
In May, yes. Instead of William Skull, and instead of Christian Bealey, instead of Jamal Charlo, he's going to fight Jake Paul.
Is that confirmed?
No. They've reached a deal, but nothing is formal. No one has signed a contract yet. They're still working on terms. But look. Iceman, of course that's not a good tune-up for Crawford. But that's not the point. Canelo still wants that Floyd Mayweather deal with Al Heyman. And so he's going to do whatever it takes to salvage and keep PBC afloat. Because you know what? I don't care what Turkey Al-Sheikh brings to the table. He's not going to give Canelo Alvarez the same deal that Al Heyman is giving him, which is pretty much 80% of everything, including the parking, the concessions, the merchandise. So if you get a hot dog and a beer at a Canelo fight under PBC, Canelo gets 80% of that. More than likely, it's going to take place at the T-Mobile Arena. Okay? But I will say this, Jake Paul versus Canelo is going to take place at AT&T Stadium, more than likely, from what I've been told. And yes, Outlaw, you've got the beat. Canelo is the welfare check for PBC. Alberto says, Vaughn, your mic is a little distorted.
Well, I'm a little sorted, so.
Yeah. I tell you what, brother, I have to step away because I have to take a beta test real quick. Vaughn, tell us about yourself and tell us what your favorite fight, the one you're looking forward to, on February 22nd. And I'll be right back.
Oh, you ain't leaving me alone. I'm not a panelist by myself. What the heck? Iceman, get up here right now. Right now. I'll never salute you again if you don't get up here right now. Like you care about that.
Vaughn, we've got dead air, brother. Yeah.
It's your show, not mine.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what are you talking about? It's our show, man. It's our show, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, Alberto. And Bruce says, Vaughn must talk. No dead air, sir. And but yeah, then there it is. Vaughn, and Pete just says he's got a question for you, man. Tell us your top 10 list boxers.
My top what?
Hold on. Iceman says Vaughn sounds like Mick Smith. Is that who you are, dude?
That's a great compliment. Hell no, I'm not Mick Smith. That's a great
Wait a minute,
compliment.
you actually view that as a compliment? Then you are Mick Smith, brother. Off you go, my friend. Hey, say good night to everyone, Vaughn.
Good night.
Have a good night, brother. And there it is. There it is. If that is indeed Mick Smith, yeah, he's getting kicked from the studio. And there it is. God bless you, brother. Vaughn is here to troll. Well, I tell you what, didn't do a very good job of it. That's all I'll say. Yeah. But guys, come on. Get on board, man. Get on board, dude. Guys, come and join me, man. Let's chop it up. We still have some time. Click the link. Boxing Scholar. Come on now. G Funky Boxing. Guys, it's my pleasure to introduce my brother, G Funky Boxing. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm good, man. Got a few minutes here before I gotta put the little one down, but figured I'd jump on and kind of clear up my comment in the chat.
Dude, I don't care. Honestly, I'd rather listen to music.
Well, it's easier to explain this way than typing, you know.
Excellent, man. So as you were, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, so my opinion is that there was a clean 8 rounds that went to Benavidez. I feel like if anyone can give Morrell more than 4 rounds in this fight, that they'd be being very generous in some of these rounds that were competitive. I personally, I only feel like there was a couple rounds that were close to where I could say, man, either guy could win that one. I feel like at least 8 were definitely, no doubt about it, clean for Benavidez. Not to say that it wasn't a fun fight or entertaining fight, but I just feel like there was 8, no doubt about it, rounds to Benavidez in this fight. I actually gave him 10. But it was fun, no doubt about it. I had a lot of fun watching it. The fight card I thought was good. A lot of people complain about the $80. But yeah, I know. But I felt like it was worth it, you know, and we talk about this all the time here. When cards get announced and we look at them like, man, on paper looks fucking great, you know. But sometimes those great looking cards, those fights don't turn out so well, you know. We won't know until they actually get in the ring. Like for you and I, right? We both thought going into this fight card that the rematch between Figueroa and Fulton could possibly steal the show. And that might have turned out to be one of the worst fights of the night.
Yeah, Figueroa was shot, and he actually made Stephen Fulton look like a contender.
Yeah. And credit to Fulton, man. He took advantage of it.
Clearly
won the fight.
But I tell you what, in all realism, in all reality, who can Stephen Fulton beat as a legitimate champion now? Who can he beat at 126 pounds?
See, who do we got there with the belt? We got Angelo Leo, who he's already beat, right? Yeah, he already beat Angelo Leo. Yeah, Rafael Espinoza.
Honestly, I think Angelo Leo beats this version of Stephen Fulton.
Maybe. Okay, so we got Fulton, Leo, Espinoza, and what's the last one? Is it Nick Ball? No, not Nick Ball.
Ball.
Huh?
Nick
is it? Okay.
Ball.
I would say going into any of those fights, the only guy I would favor him against slightly would probably be the guy you already beat, Angelo Leo. But that's a tough fight too, because I feel like their fight was fun the first time.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was all action.
Definitely.
Look, Angelo Leo only fights one way.
Yeah.
And he's a credit to the sport. God bless him.
Worked his way back up, man. You know.
Tell you what, man, knockout of the year 2024.
And that was a knockout waiting to happen, man. With Venado Lopez, man. Whoa.
I tell you what, man, I'm really looking forward to this Pro Box show this coming up Saturday. But G Funky, would you like to share some news with all of your boxing brethren about that event?
Which event now? I'm sorry. I just got a
Pro
text
Box.
message.
Pro Box, February
8th. Yes. So unfortunately, guys, March 8th over in Joseph's neck of the woods, San Antonio, Texas, was supposed to be the co-main event. Lester Martinez versus Joshawn James. Lester Martinez pulls out of the fight once again.
Like a bitch.
Once again.
Like a bitch. One more time. Yep.
I did just receive some new information about that whole saga, maybe about an hour ago. And currently, I am not at liberty to say what I was
Uh-oh.
told.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
But
Woo!
once I get the green light, guys, I'll be dropping the information on my channel. I'll make a video about it. I'll try to get Team Joe Sean James to come on. Maybe I'll go down to the gym, man. Let's see if they're in the mood. I'll bring my stuff down there. We'll do a sit down interview. We'll maybe take some calls from some fans watching. But yeah, he pulled out of the fight again. For the first, now look, guys,
Yep.
this is the third time this has
Third.
happened with this fight, guys. So September 11th
Well-
was the original
well,
date. Oh, go ahead.
You know what they say, G Funky, about 3 strikes, right?
Yeah. Three
There it
strikes
is.
and you're out, man. So September 11th, everything was locked in. Joe Sean was down there in Florida for about a week. Literally at the 11th hour, he makes a video on Instagram, and Joe Sean says to all his fans, fights off. The guy said he got sick, so we're supposed to fight him in November, right? They'd already given them a new date. Well, apparently, whatever happened with this guy, he was not going to be ready by that date. So that's number 2, the November date.
Wow.
Now they rescheduled it. They redid the whole contracts between these two guys, and that contract was signed in early December for this February 8th date. And yeah, fight week is here, and I get up in the morning, and yeah, I receive the news that he pulled out once again, guys. Unbelievable.
Okay, I tell you what, man. And look, and such is boxing in the American market. Bunch of sissy ass pussies. Once again, dude, I am saying I'm in this business. And yes, I'm gonna say it. A bunch of sissy ass pussies. Yes. That's what they are. They want everything handed to them. Oh, I risked my life. No, you do not. You ain't risking shit.
See, the way some of these guys fight, Joe, I risk my life driving down the street more than they do, you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I risk my health more frequently driving to the arena to see them stink out the joint. Come on now. Come on now. Shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Michael Shaw says, Joe, do you remember Harry Kabakov? Ching Yao, dude. Isn't he dead?
I don't know who that is.
Look, yeah, I remember him. Yeah. But look, come on, guys. Come on. Ching Yao, man.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
before I go, man, because like I said, I'm really on borrowed time tonight.
Yep.
You know what time it is. So
Of course, brother. Of course.
I want to get your thoughts, man, on the headlines that the YouTube and Boxing X
hold on,
put out there.
brother. Hold on. First of all, before I forget, guys, it's my pleasure to introduce to the stage my nephew, Tony Manzano. Tony, how art thou, sir? Hold your thought, Tony. Hold your thought. We want to get your thoughts on this Saturday night's pay-per-view, but I need to hear what G Funky is saying right now. G Funky, as you were, sir.
No, I wanted to get your quick thoughts on the YTBC and Boxing X conmen who've already made headlines.
Oh, shit.
Benavidez is already ducking the winner of Benavidez and Bivol.
And they're accusing David of robbing David, too. Did you see that, too?
Really?
G-Funky?
I can believe anything, man. These guys are a bunch of frauds, liars, carnies. I mean, whatever you want to call them, that's what they are, man.
Well, look. Honestly, are they even legitimate boxing fans?
No,
they're not. They're a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of pussies. Guys, go watch Clarissa Shields. That's more your speed. Go watch all right? Go support her. Go watch the WNBA. That's more your speed. Go watch women's tennis. That's more your speed. Okay? Go watch the Grammys. Go watch that
Oh,
shit.
that
Go
was
watch
pathetic.
Beyonce. Go watch Beyonce win Country Music Album of the Year.
What
Go
the
watch
hell?
that shit.
Wait, did I?
Stay out of boxing.
She
Quit
really did win it.
polluting this shit. Seriously.
I thought I had to clean my earwax out of my ears when you said that.
No,
Beyonce won
Anthony,
Country Album of the Year.
You heard
Yes,
that correct,
He
Anthony.
did. He did. Hold on. The boxing scholar says Shields got them cakes, Joe. Well, look, brother. Unfortunately, she's flapping them gums too. That's the
Yeah.
problem. If you could throw a muzzle on her, maybe through a dense fog with one eye closed. Maybe.
She's very
I'm
unlikable,
sorry,
man. Her
dude.
personality.
She
Oh
is,
boy.
she is her own worst enemy. If she doesn't open her mouth, in the immortal words of Teddy Atlas, maybe, just maybe, okay? But that's it. And you know what? You're going to have to compete with Sonny Edwards, right? You're going to
Yeah.
have to compete with Sonny Edwards because he said this, boxing scholar, that he would love to drink her bathwater.
Oh, boy.
You've got some serious competition there, brother. Yeah. And once again, I love boxing scholar, man. He was one of my special guests at one of our shows. And boxing scholar, you need to come on board, man, just to tell them how awesome our live events are here in San Antonio. People
Was
give me
Layla ever a
shit.
big trash talker?
Huh?
Was Layla, Muhammad's daughter, ever a big trash talker?
No,
Or
no,
she-
no,
No,
she
no,
wasn't.
no,
She wasn't.
no.
She was criticized, and honestly, she was oozing with class compared to the GWOT. Like
Or
honestly,
I forgot
Yeah.
the German girl that she always used to fight. What's her name? Dang it.
Oh, Jingo. Look, I will say this. Okay, I will say this. Clarissa Shields, please sign up for your nearest charm school because you need it. You need it. I'll tell you what, man. It's downright embarrassing.
What's embarrassing,
Downright
man,
embarrassing.
is
And that fight card last night was
oh,
downright
it
embarrassing.
was dreadful,
In fact,
man.
I spoke with Thomas Triber today, and he said, "You know what, Joe? I know you've got a big mouth, and you like to actually talk shit on the show, and so I'm just going to say no comment, Joe." And that's my brother Thomas Triber. I love him, man. And he's gonna be announcing the upcoming press conference for this Manchester show from Frank Warren and Queensberry Rules. G Funky, we know you're on borrowed time. It's 9:30, which is
Yeah.
7:30 your time. Would you like to give us your parting shots, my friend? And dude,
Yeah.
call me later because I have a lot of really great gossip that I cannot share with you on the air.
No, I definitely will, man. And look, I'll say this, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna gather everything before I report anything with this Lester Martinez, Joshawn James situation. As soon as I get the green light, I'll report everything. And like I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can get them to come on. Maybe I'll go down to the gym and we'll do an interview there. Also, before I leave, I don't want you guys to forget this. You see the gentleman in the picture with me here on the screen. That
Yes,
is
sir.
Sugar Cane Sandoval, super lightweight. We'll be fighting.
Woo!
This,
360 boxing.
Yes, 360 boxing. Friday the 21st, guys. He's going to be headlining on UFC Fight Pass. So make sure you subscribe. Support my boy, man. He's a real good kid, man. Let me tell you, he's
Well, look, as long as Al Bernstein isn't tuning in or isn't doing commentary, I'll tune in. Look,
Yeah.
you want to hear something ironic, G Funky? You
Sure.
know how I feel about Snagglepuss. This is a very important punch. Al Bernstein, right? Guess what I was just told? Guess who's
Uh-oh.
going to be doing commentary with me in Vegas next month?
Al Bernstein?
Al Bernstein?
Yep.
Hey,
How do you like that,
G
guys?
Funky, before you go, actually, before you brought, I've known about Kane for a while now. It's just that every time I talk about him, people just look at like think I'm an idiot, and I'm saying this kid is the future of the sport. I've been saying this for the past 3 months, and people don't want to believe it.
Oh man, well I appreciate you, Anthony, for giving my guy some love. Look, he's on the rise, man. He's looking real good. He's young, man. 22 years old. He's already a father of 2. Recently one of his daughters was in the hospital for a little bit. She had some health issues, guys. But through all that, man, he stayed focused. You know, going back and forth from there. He still works to support his family as well. So he doesn't even do boxing full time, guys. And he's already ranked in the top 20, I believe, at super lightweight.
Welterweight.
So he's coming, man. Once
He's
he
at
gets
140.
yeah, he's at 140. So once he gets a big deal from a promoter and he's able to do this thing without any restrictions, right? Yeah, he's coming.
I want
man.
this kid to
Keep your eyes
destroy
on
Devin
him.
Haney, bitch ass Devin Haney.
Well, from what I know, Anthony, they just sparred. If that means anything to you, it doesn't mean much to me. But they were down. He's been training at the Wild Card for this fight. Kane's been down there for at least almost a month now, training with Freddie Roach. And Devin was there recently, and yeah, they did spar. But this isn't the first time that they've sparred. So, and I've heard the stories from Kane himself. I won't reveal any of that because he asked me not to. But yeah, show my guy some love, guys. UFC Fight Pass next Friday. Okay, guys. I'm sorry, no, 2 Fridays from now. My mistake. The 21st.
Oh my.
Oh my. Hey, yeah.
Woo!
Tell him this if he gets out of line, Joe.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
No. Trust me, brother. Trust me. At the fighter meetings, I'm going to give him a what for, brother, in both ears. You already know it. You already know it, brother. It's coming.
Joe, you might
It's
not make
coming.
it to the broadcast, man.
I'm telling you, I might not, brother. I might be doing this solo. You know what? I just can't work with this gentleman.
This is an outrage.
You know what? This is an outrage. Kiss my ass, Snagglepuss. Yes.
Have you ever worked with El Diamante on commentary?
Yes, Raul is
Raul,
credit
good
to
dude.
the sport.
Great guy, man.
Great guy, credit to the sport. And look, we're going to talk
He
about
seems to know
James
what
Gogi
he's talking
coming up.
about. Like,
G Funky, after you take care of business and tuck in your little one, come back on the show if I'm still on the air. Because I'm going to be
man.
talking about James Gogi, my friend.
For sure, man. I'm gonna go, guys, but yeah, go ahead. I'll be listening in. And again, support my guy, February 21st, guys. I'm out. I'll be listening in.
God bless you, G. We love you, man. Yeah. Guys, that was G Funky Boxing. I tell you what, man, always a credit to the business, credit to the sport. He's one of the good guys of boxing. Tony, what is on your mind, my friend? What would you like to discuss? Anything.
let's go David versus David.
All right. What were your takeaways from this Saturday night's main event?
Honestly, I felt David. I think David Morrell underestimated how good Benavidez. I think Morrell underestimated Benavidez' defense a little bit because it's not as pretty as people. And he will. If you know what you're looking at, David Benavidez doesn't actually get hit as much as you think he does. If you actually look at the numbers, it's very low. He doesn't actually get hit as much. I don't know why people don't look at those numbers. Like, if you look at his numbers,
Well, look. Tony, the numbers, I'm sorry. I know what my eyes see. And I don't need anyone who's playing Nintendo ringside to tell me who's landing what. And I will say this, and this is straight from David Benavidez as well as Jose Sr. after the fight. They both told Bob Santos, our dear friend, that I've never been, and this is straight from David, I've never been hit that hard in my life with 10-ounce gloves.
And I bet you Morrell said the same thing to Ronnie.
So hold on, Tony. So tell me where that shows up on CompuBox.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't show up on
course not.
CompuBox.
So CompuBox, Dan Canobio, that fucking midget, can kiss my ass. Yes, I said it. I said it. Once again, playing Nintendo ringside doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you any insights to the fight. I'll tell you what does, though. I'll tell you what does is Morrell, for his deep amateur pedigree, didn't show me shit. He didn't show me shit. Hold on. JumpTube? Hey, welcome to the show, sir. Hey, hold on. I'm going to drop the link. JumpTube. Click the link if you have your headphones, man. And I'm going to put the link on so you can join Tony and myself. And look, I'll say this. Tomorrow night, we're going to be featuring Ronnie Shields as well as my brother, Big James Bell from the Boxing Source. Okay? So, guys, tune into that tomorrow night. But, Tony?
That's what I was going to ask you next. Do you think it was an overconfidence in the game plan a little bit? That's what caused this loss for Morrell and...
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, hold on. SSP Diving. Hey, brother, we just got the new shirts in. SSP. We are going to be sending you out one tomorrow. And it's glorious. It's awesome, man. We're going to be sending you a single as well as a t-shirt tomorrow. Thank you for supporting Roshi, my son's man. God bless you guys. And thank you, SSP Diving, for everything, brother. God bless you, man. But I'm sorry, Tony, as you were, my friend. What did you say?
Oh, what I was saying is I felt like looking at that fight, I'm not paying attention to the CompuBox. I'm paying attention to what happened in the fight. I felt I like Ronnie and David and Morrell, but I think they got overconfident in the game plan, thinking that style would have hurt.
Well, look. Ronnie, he's been in the corner for so many big events. Overconfidence doesn't happen with Ronnie Shields. He understands the reality of this game.
Oh, no, maybe David, maybe.
As far as Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson wannabe, yeah. Dude, vanity, arrogance, pride, that was a huge factor in the outcome of this fight. Dude, well, he was a prima donna bitch. And yes, I'm going to say that out loud. He was a prima donna bitch. Yes, sir. Refugio, welcome to the show, sir. And he says, Joe, the only time you go live more than an hour is when you are borracho off that Tennessee whiskey. Well, look, dude, I have a cold, and if you can call NyQuil borracho off that Tennessee whiskey, then yeah, I am. So I am drinking NyQuil right now. So how do you like that? I've been sick since Friday of last week.
Did you like any of the undercard, Joe?
I will say this. I felt bad for my boy. Oh geez. I can't even remember the name now. Kaipo Gallegos.
Kaipo lost?
No. He won, but he was the swing bout, which means he was ready to go around 5 p.m. And they said, you're on the TV swing bout. And so he didn't go on and start fighting until after the main event, till everyone was clearing out, until all the cameras shut down. And Kaipo Gallegos got a decision. Because, yeah, SSP, that's what happens in this business. Unfortunately, when you're the swing bout, you've got to be ready in case there's a quick knockout. And they thought maybe that Pitbull Cruz or Brandon Figueroa were going to provide quick knockouts, as well as Jesus Ramos, but they didn't. And so now you get pasted. You've got to be ready. So think about this, guys. And this is a part of the business. Think about this. You have your hands taped, ready to go for how many hours? You start losing feeling in your hands. But that's part of the business. And you just have to deal with it. That's it.
How did Ramos do in his fight, by the way?
Look, Ramos, he did great. He got the stoppage. Although it was a premature stoppage, I thought. But look, he was dominating the fight against Banana Rosario. And I love Banana Rosario. He's a great guy. But El Pinche says Cuello versus Olivo was a tremendous fight. Yes, it was. And I didn't like the stoppage either. Although it's hard to argue because he took a knee twice in about 20 seconds, in a span of 20 seconds. But I tell you what, I would love to see another one of those. That was a great fight.
Joe, why
Pinche.
isn't there a 3 knockdown rule anymore like there used to be? Wouldn't that be safer?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, Juan Manuel Marquez got knocked down 3 times in the first round against Manny Pacquiao. What was the end result in their first fight? A draw. A draw. Okay, so that doesn't say anything. I'm glad there's no 3 knockdown rule.
Because you think it's pointless? It doesn't really do anything.
Look, it's disrespectful to these fighters because they train their asses off. They work their asses off, dude. Okay, they prepare they put their bodies through hell to make it to the ring. And if they get knocked down because they get caught cold in the first round, and if you call the fight right then and there, dude, show them some respect, because give them the opportunity to come back, to fight through adversity. So I'm glad there's no 3 knockdown rule, because think about this. If the referee in charge of that first fight, if there's a 3 knockdown rule, that means we don't see 2, 3, or 4 of Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez.
Because Manny Diamond would have won. They would have given Manny the win outright because of...
Yeah, they would have given him a first-round knockout. So is there any need to see 2, 3, or 4 if there's a first-round knockout?
No, but the way I'm saying they should do the 3 knockdown rule, it's not in one round. It's 3 knockdowns throughout the fight, not like one. That's what I think hurt the 3 knockdown rule, in my opinion, is that they basically use it. They give the 3 knockdown rule just in one round instead of spreading it out. It should be 3 knockdown throughout the fight. If it not in one round, I think that's what hurt that rule. That's why they took it out. Do you agree, Joe? Or
no? Let's just leave it at that, Tony. No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, don't apologize, brother. Those are great questions. But look. It's all if you're an official and you're the third man in the ring, use your best judgment and give the benefit of the doubt, right? Give the benefit of the doubt to the fighters, the warriors who train their asses off, put their bodies through hell during camp. Give them the opportunity to come back.
See, and this is what I've been saying. To me,
Bruce has it right. Bruce has it right. What? 3 knockdowns in a round. Yeah, that's the 3 knockdown rule. And thank God it's non-existent these days.
Yeah, and this is why, to me, I've always said this. To me, Mills Lane is the greatest referee of all time. Because he wasn't lenient, but he wasn't tough. He would give the fighters the benefit of the doubt. If there was a 3 knockdown, 3 knockdowns, he would let the fighter fight through adversity to see if the fight, if he saw the fighter wasn't doing anything, then he would stop the fight. But if he saw the fighter fighting back, he would let the fight go on.
Look. We can talk about guys, and in the chat, list the 3 best referees that you guys think, right? And I'll tell you my 3 best referees, my 3 favorites, right? Steve Smoger, number 1. That guy, he was a former fighter, and he gave the benefit of the doubt to everyone who stepped in the ring. Frank Cappuccino, number 2, very close second. And also, in his prime, not this version, but in his prime, Tony Weeks. Those are my 3 favorite referees of all time.
Wait, so you have Tony over Mills?
Yep.
Even though Mills was a great referee?
He was a great referee, that's no doubt. But
yeah, no,
look, I'll say this. Anytime you hear a catchphrase from any referee, look out. That means they're looking to be a greater part of the action than they deserve. Okay?
And that's what Mills was, basically?
Look. I'll say this. Bruce Gass. And he says, Arthur McCanty Sr. Yes. Mills Lane was great. Tony Pettis. Yes.
Who's Arthur McCanty Sr.? I never heard of him before.
Well, because you're young.
I know. You know how I know of Mills? Because of pro wrestling. That's how I knew Mills, because he was the only boxing referee that crossed over to pro wrestling. That's how I knew Mills, and that's why I'm such a fan of his and stuff like that.
So off the ropes. Welcome to the show, sir. He says Carlos Padilla.
Padilla.
But I tell you what, Double S, Steve Smoger, he was the man. Like, he loved boxing. God rest his soul. He loved boxing. And he wanted the fighters, hey, get up, brother. Okay, show your mettle. You trained for this. Recover. That's why you train so hard. Okay, show them what you're made of. And Double S, Frank Cappuccino, dude, think about this. Frank Cappuccino was in Gaddy Ward 1, and he never stopped the fight. And you heard Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, both screaming at Frank Cappuccino, you can stop the fight at any time, Frank. Guess what? He never did. Never did.
Yeah, no,
Hold on. Pinche, Richard Steele, dude, them's fighting words in these parts.
Richard Steele?
Just jiving, man. Richard Steele, he's good. Look, he's much better than Larry Cotton. I'll say that. Yes.
Yes.
I see it.
Yeah, well, when it comes, if Steve or Frank were still alive, honestly, they should have set up a refereeing school. I think that's what's happening. Why these referees are not as good as they used to be, because there's not guys like that teaching them how to.
Look, Tony. I'm gonna look to Super Mario. Welcome to the show, sir. And he says, Jay Nady, brother. I'm gonna point to and Bruce, you'll appreciate this, right? Oleg Moskayev and Hasim Rahman 2, where Larry Merchant got out of his seat, and I was there in attendance. I was covering this fight. And he actually got out of his seat and started telling off Jay Nady. You stop it, Jay. Because Jay Nady was like, oh, no holding. You're holding. Quit holding. And you know what? It's a fucking heavyweight fight. It's heavyweight. They fall into clinches when they're trying to fight on the inside. Oleg Moskayev versus Hasim Rahman 2. Go watch it. It's a great fight. No thanks to Jay Nady. He was trying to be so officious where Larry Merchant got out of his seat, and I was right behind him. He got out of his seat and said, you know what? Cut it out, Jay. Because he was being way too officious. So, Jay Nady, you can kiss my ass. Yes, I said it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I read somewhere where I think the Hebner brothers were boxing referees too for a little bit, weren't they? I thought
Who?
Earl and Dave Hebner.
Oh my
Hebners?
gosh, wrestling. That's wrestling, dude.
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
I read in their bio somewhere that I think they refereed amateur or semi.
No, they will always be my favorite refs in WWF. They were the Dave Hebners. You remember the two Dave Hebners? Do you remember that? And most people didn't realize that they were twins, right? Oh, hold on. Chuck, welcome to the show, sir. He says, I miss Brian Harkin. Yes, I do too. Iceman says, where's Harkin? Indeed, good question. Oh, Dominic? Dude, okay. Officially, dude, you're wearing the pride flag now. Dude, you have to be gay if you think that Kenny Bayless and Richard Steele are the best refs to ever do it. That's just gay. Like, honestly, Tony, I'm not wrong in saying that. That's just gay,
Kenny
dude.
is the worst referee I've ever seen, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Kenny Bayless, downright gay. Yes. That's it.
For me, I want to see for David Benavidez. I'm not sure if he's in the same division. I want to see him versus Joseph Parker.
Uh-oh. Bruce says, better question. Who are the worst? Oh, Chingao. Dude, I'll tell you who one of the worst is. El Pincha says, how about Joe Cortez? Look, here it is. When you hear an official, a third man in the ring, a referee, who's supposed to be non-existent, right? Look, it's often said in the sport of boxing, in the business, a great referee is one that you don't even know that he's there. That's a great referee. So when you hear a guy say, I'm fair but I'm firm, when he has a bullshit catchphrase to begin the fight, that's a shitty ref. The only exception to that rule is Mills Lane. Yes, I said it.
Yeah. Because let's not forget, Mills. I think Mills already had the personality when he was in boxing, but I think it got a little bit crazier when he was in WWF. Do you agree?
Oh, dude. Hold on. Dominic, you already don't know shit about boxing. Now you're saying the best, Joe. Throw Steve Willis in there, too. You couldn't hold their jock. Brother, you have no idea how many hats I wear in this business. I've actually DJ'd events, right? I've actually been the matchmaker, promoter, DJ, commentator, ring announcer. Dominic, could you do any of those jobs? No. So
Joe, I want to keep quiet. I want to give Dominic your credentials, who you worked under. You worked under Emmanuel Stewart and one of the greatest promoters of all time, and you worked for Oscar when Oscar was
5 years.
So that's who he learned under, Dominic. So he knows this business. He knows more about this business than you would ever know.
Yep, that's it. But look, you can't tell, and thank you, Tony, for that. But you can't tell someone, an ass clown like Dominic, you can't tell him anything because he's an idiot. Once again, if you've ever worked a minute in this business, okay, and you never will, you will never work a minute in this business. So shut up, sit down, open your ears, and maybe you'll actually learn something about this business. Okay. So, Tony, what else would you like to talk about, sir?
Let's do fact or fiction if you have any.
I'm not sure if I do. So let's see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let's do fact or fiction, brother. You ready?
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Okay, here we go. Number one, Tony. Jesus Ramos Jr. is overrated. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. He's a young fighter still learning. This is what I hate about our boxing community. When the kid struggles, they say he's overrated.
Yeah, I love it. Keep going. Keep going.
And like I said, he's a young kid still learning. Like I think he's still learning how to fight, like fight and stuff like that. So let's be patient with him instead of just like turning on him right away.
Look, man, truth be known, and once again, these fact or fictions are for entertainment purposes only. That's not how I feel. I love the Ramos family. In fact, I've done narration for several of their videos and documentaries. And that's another one, Dominic. Brother, I do narrating for a lot of these videos. Come on now. Can you do that? No, you can't. A Pinche Punch, he says he's a future pound for pound. I don't know
Thank
about
you,
that,
Peachy.
but he's a future champion at 154 or 160 pounds. I will agree with that. Yes, sir.
Honestly, I think he's big enough to, like, to me, when I look at Jesus, I think he's big enough to be at 175.
I don't know about that, brother. 175 is pretty stout. But I will say this, though.
Or
He's a
168, maybe.
future champion
168.
at 54 and 60. Yep. Excellent fighter. And I love the entire Ramos family. Their dad is a great guy. Abel's a great guy. Jesus is a great guy. Love those guys. And I've been in their camp several times.
Abel gets, honestly, Abel doesn't get enough respect for some reason. I don't know why.
Look, Young Bill. I love Young Bill. In fact, I would love to do another show with him. Like, I did commentary with him once, and he did a great job. I have nothing negative to say about Young Bill. He is a great guy. Always very respectful, loves the fight game. I wish we had more guys like him in it. Young Bill was a great asset to the business, and I wish he'd come back. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and I think, I'm going to say this, I think the reason why he left, I think it's too toxic on YouTube when it comes to this sport. Like, and it's not good for your health, to be honest.
There it is. Hold on. Dominic says, just FYI, I'm working this weekend's card in San Antonio, headlined by Ramon Cardenas. Hey, fun fact. I actually was the ring announcer in his pro debut. How do you like that, Dominic? Guess what? If you're going to be working these cards, what are you going to be What are you going to be doing? The official fluffer in the back? Because I'm going to be ringside. So, hey, come and say hi, homie. Oh, hey, Dominic, because you know so much, who's the promoter on the card? Tell me, who's the promoter on the card? And it's not ProBox. They don't have a license in Texas, Holmes. Who's going to be the official promoter on the card? Dominic, kiss my ass. You're full of shit. So there it is.
Okay.
So what else would you like to talk about, my friend?
Hold
on. Let me give a big shout out to my brother, Hawker Mustang. Welcome to the show, sir. Guys, we've been on for 94 minutes.
Tony, we can go back to music. We can talk about music. Like
we can do karaoke if you want, brother.
Oh,
but
no.
Look, I've got a cold, man. I can't sing right now. But anything else you'd like to discuss, my friend? The floor is yours, Tony.
I think I asked you and Adam this, but I never got like an answer. Why is it when it comes to boxing, I've noticed like in general, for American fighters, it was always is hip hop more popular? Like I never seen a lot of boxers use rock music as an entrance. Why is that?
Because they don't know any better. They're just kids. Honestly, it's the culture. And you know what? They get to pick and choose their own. Look, I will say this. In Texas, most of the time it's all ranchero, norteño. It's all it's all Mexican music in Texas.
Yeah, if you go up to New York, I think it's either they do a lot of Puerto Rico. Like I read somewhere that they do a lot of Dominican music.
Hey, Tony, hold on, brother. Keep going because I have to step away and give a Veda test real quick, brother.
Okay,
Keep
Veda.
going. Veda test.
Okay. Guys in the chat, around where you guys are, when you go to events and the kids walk in, do you hear more rock music, hip hop, mariachi music, other Spanish music? I don't have a lot of boxing down here where I live, so I don't know anything about that. That's why I'm asking.
Tony, what are you talking about, brother?
No, I was asking the chat around where they are, like in, depending on where they live, when they go to the events, what is the most popular music you hear the kids using as walkout music and stuff like that, Because in Florida, since there's not really a lot of boxing gyms down here.
Hold on, Dominic, hold on. Michael Cameron, it's Texas Boxers and Brawlers. Because who do you think is getting the sponsorship for this event? That's me. Like I said, I wear a lot of hats in this business. Okay? So if you're not making money for any of these guys, what the fuck are you actually doing? Okay, so here's the next question. What are you actually going to be doing, Dominic? What are you going to be doing for this event? Because Robert Garcia, no, it's Texas Boxers and Brawlers. He doesn't have a promotional license in Texas. It's Texas Boxers and Brawlers. Okay? Nice try.
RGBA.
Yeah, that's Robert Garcia.
That's Robert?
Yep.
I was asking.
Hold on. Dominic, please disclose what job you're going to be doing for this event. Because the sponsorship you're going to see at the Techport Arena, right? I got that. I got all of that. That's what I do. What are you going to be doing, brother? Okay. There it is.
Yeah, no. Like I was asking the chat before you were going back and forth I was asking, depending on where they live, what is the most popular walkout music? Because like I said, around here in the southeast, Georgia, Florida, there's not a lot of boxing gyms and stuff like that. So we don't have a lot of boxing events going on. And so I don't hear a lot of the you hear a lot of kids doing like Spanish music, walkout music for like MMA and stuff, but like I said, we don't have a lot of boxing events, so that's what I was asking everybody. You say it's ranchero music and overall mariachi where you are, or rap music? Joe,
Well,
right?
look, if I were turning pro, this would be my entrance music. Here it goes. And this is a song from the early 80s. This would be my entrance music is if I were turning pro. If I were fighting on this card on the 8th, this is what I would come out to, right? Let me know when you can see this, brother.
Dominic
is a
says he's gonna
great
be
intro
sitting.
song, man.
Dominic says he's gonna be sitting ringside next to you.
Okay, so you just put yourself down here. Let's just say I'll be sitting ringside next to you. I'll know who you are. You will not know who I am, buddy. Yes, I'll second that. I have no idea who the fuck you are. And you'll know exactly who I am. That says it all. Thank you for admitting the truth. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, if I was turning pro, I would have one of the songs from Slayer's Reign of Blood album as my
Shit. Rain in Blood. Holy cow. Slayer's Rain in Blood. How about Angel of Death?
Yeah, exactly. That would be my walkout song.
Dude, that's a great song to come out to. That sounds like you're going to whoop that ass. And Super Mario. Thank you for hanging with us. He says levels, Dominic. Levels. Not only to what goes on in the ring, but outside the ring as well. I'll tell you what, I'll let you hand me a towel if I start to sweat ringside. How's that? Thank you, Dominic. Appreciate it, brother.
Why is it that fans like boxing fans, Joe, like who don't like?
Why are they fags? I have no idea.
No. Well, what I'm gonna ask is why is it that just boxing fans in general? Why do they assume promotion is easy?
Dude, it's the hardest part of this game. Look, I'll tell you what the most difficult job is in this business. It's matchmaking. Because once again, this is the hardest part. When you're a ticket seller, right? And we don't sign you to contract, but you're a big ticket seller. It's in our best interest to keep you in your winning ways. So you want to work with us again. But the fans want to see you in a 50-50 fight. That's a tough predicament for us. And once again, Dominic, this is beyond your pay grade, right?
Hawker asked you what your favorite heavy metal song is, Joe.
Oh shit. Here we go. My favorite metal song. Here we go. Look, I'm a prog rock guy, right? Let's do what's my favorite metal song of all time? Okay, I got it.
While you're thinking, mine is Immigrant Song by Lead.
Oh, that's not a metal song though, brother. Okay, here's
they were one of the originators of the genre, though, weren't they? Well,
no. They were never considered metal, but I love me some Zeppelin, dude. I love me some Zeppelin. That is a great song.
Oh no, my mistake. Paranoid.
Look, Sabbath are the originators of metal. But I'll say this. Here's my favorite. Look, this is my second choice. If I were a fighter, I would come out to this all day long, right? And I hope you guys like this. And yes, Immigrant Song is great. I loved Led Zeppelin. Here we go. You ready? This is my number 2 all-time come out fight song, right? Here it goes. Dream Theater, Pull Me Under.
Ridiculous. Yeah, there's something wrong with the video, Joe, for some reason. It keeps on going in and out.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's stop sharing then.
Yeah,
My
no.
apologies, brother. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
Hold
on. So this is the mystery solved. Joe, from what I hear from Morones Boxing, see, that's why. If you hear anything from Rick Morones Boxing, there's a reason why he's the only promoter I will not do business with him any longer. Why don't you ask Rick Morones how much money he still owes Rick Glazer? Okay? You don't know anything about that, Dominic. So kiss my ass. Okay? Ask him, though, next time you see Rick, how much money he still owes me, and how much he still owes Thomas Triber, how much he still owes Teofimo Lopez, how much he still owes Rick Glazer, how much he still owes Oscar De La Hoya, how much he still owes Eric Gomez. Okay? How much he still owes everybody in this business, including the main event fighter. Why don't you ask Ramon Cardenas how much he still owes him? Okay? And there it is. There it is.
So he's the Texas version of Lou DiBella, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Except Lou DiBella is much smarter. Once again, why don't you ask Dominic? Why don't you ask Ramon Cardenas why he will never work with, just like me, why he will never work with Rick Morones ever again? Why don't you ask him? And ask him, and no, tell him that he still owes Rick Glazer a lot of money. There it is.
Yeah. Honestly, thanks for having me. I have to go to bed, Joe. Have a good night.
God bless you, my friend. Hey, Tony, God bless you, brother. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we're about to sign off. Thank you, my friend. Guys, that was Tony Lozano, my nephew. But look, Dream Theater, Hawker Mustang, the entire Images and Words album is straight fire. Check out Dream Theater, Images and Words. The entire album is amazing. Yep. Dominic, is that all you have to say? You have no answer for anything that I just said. But the fact that you're actually listening to those clowns says it all. Yeah. Once again, ask Rick. Hey, when are you going to pay back Rick Glazer the money that you owe him? Yep. You mess with the bull, you get the horns, brother. So anyway, guys, I will hopefully straighten everything out with Dominic this Saturday, ringside in San Antonio on the Pro Box card. And I can guarantee you this. By the end of the fight, he's going to buy me a beer. Yes, sir. He will. Guys, that's just about going to do it. We're on the air for almost 2 hours. Unless you have anything else to ask or say, we're going to sign off. Hawker Mustang, you're the man, brother. God bless you guys. And Iceman, my brother in Christ, love you, brother. God bless you, my friend. And I tell you what, we're going to end it on that. Let's do, let's play one of my son's songs. And once again, t-shirts and singles going out to SSP Diving, as well as my brother Big Luke, as well as Derby Stardom. All the fans who supported my son Roshi in their summer tour coming up. You've got some UPS waiting for you guys. Guys, on behalf of Tony, on behalf of Rick Glazer, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to War Week Boxing. God bless you guys, and always support our beloved boxing. Have a great evening, everybody.
Vashon Holdings proudly presents Warweek Radio Chats with ring announcer Joseph Herring